धावे देवताईने पूर्ण धावे देवताईने पूर्ण धावे सांगत से भावे सांगत से भावे सांगत से भावे सांगत से भावे असे भावे सकला असे भावे सकला भावे सकला
देवते संत निमित्त त्या प्रतिमा मी तो सांगतसे भावे असे ठावे सकळा निराकार ओस दिशा निराकार ओस दिशा येथ पुरतसे इच्छा मी तो सांगतसे भावे ठावे असे ठावे सकळा तुका म्हणे रोकडे केने तुका म्हणे रोकडे केने तुका म्हणे रोकडे केने ये सेविता येणे पोटधाय मी तो सांगतसे भावे असे ठावे सकळा विठला 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 प्रथम नमन पांडुरंगा करू प्रथम नमन दुसरे चरण संताचिया त्यांच्या कृपादाने कथेचा विस्तारो बाबाजी सद्गुरुदास तुका जयाचे केलिया स्मरण होय सकळ विद्येचे अधिकरण तेची वंदू श्री चरण श्री सद्गुरूंचे ते नमस्कारुणी आता ओंकार स्वरूपा सद्गुरु समर्था मुळारंभ आरंभ पुराण पुरुषा आदिनाथ सिद्धा ब्रह्मांड नायकाला वंदन करतो गुरुपादुकाला श्री गुरुराया पार नाही तव गुणी म्हणून विनवनी करीतसे मांडिला व्यवहार हरिनामे आदर सादरा सादर वदवावे नकळेची महिमा न उच नीचपणे कृपेचे पोसणे तुमचे झालो एका जनार्दनी तुमचा दास त्याची आस पुरवावी. ओम नमो श्री सद्गुरु साधू बाबा कृपा सिंधू भवतारका तयापदी ठेविता माथा करुणा करा गुरुराया. श्री हरिकांत स्मरण जय जय साधुराम साधू समर्थ सीताराम विठला विठल रामकृष्ण हरी. Today we are here with some auspicious reason, with some important reason, and the reason is the multilingual Kirtan festival. Before I start contemplation of the Abhanga, Tukaram Maharaj Abhanga, I would like to just take few minutes to preface the things, why we all are here, what is the intention of this multilingual Kirtan festival. I know we have very stipulated time to explain or contemplate the Abhanga, but still this is very important, that the reason, because in the universe nothing happens without reason, so we should know the reason why we all are here. The multilingual Kirtan festival and the concept, the vision was Vedantacharya Haribhakti Parayan Subhash Maharaj Gete. 4 years before he thought that we should have something like this, and I'm really proud to tell all of you that this kind of multilingual Kirtan festival no one other than Subhash Maharaj Gete has started. So all the credit, everything goes to Subhash Maharaj Gete, that he has given opportunity to many of us. We are all student. I am also student. I am a sadhak. I am not expert, neither proficient in the communication or like in the speech. I am a sadhak. I am learner. But Subhash Maharaj Gete ji has given us an opportunity to present our thoughts, whatever we learn from Sadguru, whatever we learn from all the saints. So that's the whole reason we all are here. And I would like to emphasize and highlight one thing here. English, very important language currently in the materialistic world or in today's world for the communication. But that's not the ultimate. The language is very important to communicate something. If we go out of Pune, out of Maharashtra, out of India, English is must. I have been into many countries, but English is must. Without that, it really challenging situation for you if you are not able to communicate in English. But when it comes to the spirituality or when it comes to the humanity, language is not the barrier at all time. It's a beginning, it is required. Why? Why I am saying this? Because I always say that language is important, but up to the certain extent. But what is important is the vibrations. What is important to vibration? I will give an example of it. So, in the 19th century, everyone knows ISKCON, right? So, Prabhupada Swami's guru told him that, Prabhupada, one fine day you have to go to the Western countries, right? To spread the naam or to spread our mantra and this ancient Sanatan Dharma. And he said, how is that possible? Maybe Prabhupada Swami was very good in communication. His English was profound, very very flawless. But it's just not the language. Because I always say that in the Western country, English is the main language. They know better than us. They know better grammar. They know better fluency. They have better fluency. They know everything. They are the expert of English. But even though they know the language, they are experienced in the English language, they don't know the ultimate gist of the spirituality, ultimate gist of the Sanatan Dharma. So what happened? The Prabhupada Swami, he was a very good speaker. He was a very good in English, but still when he went to Western countries like US and everywhere, or in the Europe, what happened? What attracted people? Not his communication. What attracted was his vibration. When he started saying Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, when he started chanting the mantra, the vibrations attracted the entire world. And that's what I say, the communication is important, but up to the extent. What is important is your expression, your emotion, and your vibration. Vithala, Vithala. So this multilingual festival where English, Hindi, Marathi, Sanskrit and so many other languages will add to it, this is very important. This is a very good initiative Geti Maharaj has started, and I am fortunate enough that I have been getting the opportunity to serve here from last 4 years, consecutive 4 years. So for today's Kirtan, I have chosen one Abhanga of Tukaram Maharaj, that is Devate Santa, Devate Santa. It's a very important experience of Tukaram Maharaj. Maharaj Ji is using basically the phrase Devate Santa 2 times. When you have to emphasize, when you have to tell something to someone, look, this is very important, then you repeat it. Devate Santa, Devate Santa. So Tukaram Maharaj is saying ki God and saints both are not different. Saints are God only. They are the incarnation of the God. Devate Santa. So what is difference? It's just the image, it's just the form, the body. Like saints are here in the on the earth or in the universe, just form of the human body. I know it. You guys know it. But I just wanted to tell you that my experience, that saints are nothing but the incarnation of God. And in the 3rd stanza, Jagadguru Tukaram Maharaj tried to say that when you worship God, Nirakar O Sadisha. So when you try to serve, when you try to worship God, it's a Nirakar. It's like formless. And human like us, it's very difficult to worship the formless, which doesn't have shape. So Tukaram Maharaj is trying to say that Nirakar O Sadisha. But when you try to worship and serve saints, Yeta Ichha Puratase, all your desires, whether it is materialistic, whether it is spiritual or anything, Vedant, everything you will get when you surrender to the feet of saints. And in the last stanza, Jagadguru Tukaram Maharaj tried to say that Tukamane Rokade Kene. If you are hungry, the hunger could be of anything. It could be I would like to learn Vedanta. I would like to have a Samadhi Avastha, the liberation. I would like to have materialistic things, anything, whatever you come. Tukaram Maharaj saying that it's instant. If you surrender to the saints and if you go to the saints, you will get all these things instantly. Tukamane Rokade Kene Sevita Ene Potadhai. This is the straight. This is the simple meaning of this Abhanga. Vithala, Vithala. So if you see, in this particular Abhanga, Tukaram Maharaj Ji is trying to praise Santa, or trying to tell the principle or the gist of the spirituality. Saints are always important. But many people in today's world will say why do we need saints? When I have lot of scriptures, we have a Gita, we have Ved, we have Dhaneshwari, we have Tukaram Gata, we have Bhagavad. So many scriptures are there. So many books are there. So many people, philosophers are there who has explained the complicated part of it. Then why do we need saints? right? Why do we need it? We don't need it. But that's in today's world, people are trying to say that we don't need saints. But if you want to understand that supreme power, if you want to realize that supreme power, it's not possible just by reading something, because knowledge, you can gain the knowledge, but you cannot gain the experience. And in our ancient spirituality, in ancient Sanatan Dharma, what is important is the experience. If I have to give an example, Sangdev Maharaj, he lived 1400 years. How he lived 1400 years? Every 100 years, like the car, we call it as a yam, right? He used to come, but Sangdev Maharaj will always go into sadhana samadhi, and then the yam used to go back. So likewise, 14 times he has sent the yam, and he was not able to catch him. But 1400 years he lived the life, but still he knew everything, all siddhi, all knowledge, everything he knew. But he was not happy because he didn't experience that ultimate power. What is that? And that's the whole reason Sangdev Maharaj, when he came to Alandi and when he met Jnanabarai, Nivruttinath Maharaj, Muktabai and Sopan Kaka, when he surrendered to these saints who are the incarnation of the God, then he realized there is something different. There is something different which I was not aware of for the last 1400 years. I was not aware of. And what is that? That is what, like the experience. We need to have that experience of that ultimate power. We call it as a samadhi or mukti. But when you sit for the sadhana, what this entire world is managed and executed by the one sadhana that is called as Onkar sadhana, right? So everywhere you see it's a Onkar, and that particular sadhana, that particular experience, the sadhak and the learner and student should always have, and that's the gist of our spirituality. And that's why if you want to have that experience, saints are always important, because they always say that botane kaise dakhavu tula anubhava ghere guru cha mula, right? I can't tell you, go and read that book, but I can't give you that experience. You have to sit and you have to experience that, right? Without that, no one can say. Like sugar, the small kid always asks, like, how sweet the sugar is. You can take this much, you can explain it, but you cannot give him that experience unless and until the kid eat that sugar. So the experience is important, and to get that experience, saints are important. Saints are there in the world to give the experience, share their experience. If you have to give an example, Nath Baba. Take an example, Nath Baba is an incarnation of God. We always say that he is an incarnation of Jnanabarai, right? So when he had a birth on the earth, right? So he started looking for a guru. Why? He is the incarnation of the God. He has all the knowledge, but still he tried to search for a God, search for the saint guru, and that's why he went to Daulatabad, and Janardhan Swami, right, gave him that experience. So even though whosoever has got a birth on this earth, they have to go to the guru to get that ultimate knowledge and ultimate experience. And that's where Devate Sant are important, saints are important. Now you will say that Maharaj, you have given example of Sangdev Maharaj, you have given example of Nath Baba. What about us? What about us? How they have done why saints are important in our life? So I will just give one example, one phrase what Tukaram Maharaj has said. How saints are important, what they have really done, how they have blessed us. All of us, whosoever is living in Alandi or any other part of the Pune or Maharashtra, how they have done it, how they have done the mercy on us. Why saints are important in our life? Krupaya keli santa jane,
Krupaya keli santa jane, Madhu alankari divani, Madhu alankari divani, तुका चरणी लोळतसे कृपया केली संत जनी कृपया केली संत जनी कृपया केली संत जनी
See, Tukaram Maharaj is saying, Krupaya keli sant jani. Why saints are important? What they did? Maji alankarali vani. So what does it mean by? Like, so when saint, we have met them, or when they came in our life, what they did? Alankarili maji vani. They have blessed us. They have blessed every one of us. That's the whole reason we are able to chant Ram Krishna Hari. We are able to chant Jnanoba Tukaram. We are able to go to the Wari, and we are able to experience that. But what is required when you met Sant? What is required? Surrenderness. You have to surrender. Tuka charani lolatase. We have to surrender to the God, to the saint, and then only we will get the blessing of the all saints. And that's what Tukaram Maharaj said. Devate sant nimittatya pratima. So God is, saints are nothing but the incarnation of the God. There is no difference. Like we always say that God has a kartum, akartum and anyatha kartum power, supreme powers. God has a supreme power. But saints has bit more, and Bhagavad gives a pramana to that. Tumi achyutatme nij nirdhari देव तुमचे आज्ञाधारी आणि तुम्ही म्हणाल त्या ते उद्धरी एरवी हाती न धरी. Trying to say here is, he is giving like more importance. He is trying to tell that before I get that experience, you guys are already experienced. You already have that experience, which is highly impossible, right? You already know that saints and God both are same. There is no difference in that. But I am just trying to tell you my experience, what I have experienced with my emotions and my expressions. I am just trying to tell you. Tomi sangata se bhave. I am telling my experience, my expression. This is very important. Bhav is very, very important in the entire spirituality. I am also sadhak. I am also learning. What are different mediums to develop that expression, emotion? See, emotions are important, but one should not be emotional always. Emotions are very, very important. Expressions are very, very important. But one should not be emotional always in spirituality. If we try to be emotional always, then we might not be traveling on the correct path. Bhav is important. So all kirtan, bhajan, everything, these are the medium to develop that emotion, develop that bhav. And once we are on that bhav, once we are on that emotions, level of emotion and expression, then actual spirituality, like the journey starts. That's the reason these are very important. Tukaram Maharaj is trying to say, Tomi sangata se bhave, telling my emotions that God and saints are not at all different. We need to have saints in our life. You guys already know it. But still, Mauli, like, look at the bhav of all saints, how they have, what they are trying to tell us, what they are trying to teach us with very love and affection, compassion. Right? So, Mauli also says, Tari avadhan ekale dije. That tari is very important. Right? Tari avadhan. You guys know, you know it. You are already experienced, but still I am trying to tell you, listen to me. Tari avadhan ekale dije. Right? This is the love, this is the compassion we should develop. And when we will develop this kind of love and compassion, then we will able to understand the experience which is mentioned in the first stanza, Devate Santa. Right? Then I will tell you one thing. In every house we have a saint. And who is that? Mother. Mother is nothing but the sant, right? So Gete Maharaj ji tells very beautifully, every mother is saint, right? But the mother loves only her childs, her kids. But saints love the entire world without any different, without any discrimination. That's why saints are more than mother, more than anyone. And when you will understand, because see, the spirituality is nothing but the experience, as I said in the beginning. Even we talk for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, we have to have that experience. Without that experience, everything is just what I can say is like, is just a medium, nothing else. So we have to have that experience. And Tukaram Maharaj is trying to say that I have experienced Dev and God, the saints and God, they are not different. So people went to Tukaram Maharaj and say that, how do you say that, like, you have experienced it? How do you say that? That God and saints are not different. How do you say that? What is that experience you have? And you are trying to say that, okay, I am telling you with all emotions, and because when you will try to say perfectly or with, like, authority, when you have experienced it, right? Tomi sangat ase bhave, even to know it, Tomi sangat ase bhave. When you say, when you have experienced it. In Tukaram Maharaj's life, right? So many times, like when Tukaram Maharaj says that, ki I am blessed with my Guru. Babaji's Apule Sangitale Naam, Mantra Dila Ram, Krishna Hari, Maga Shuddha Dashmi Pahuni Guruvar, Kela Angikar, Tukamani. Oh, so why that bhav, why that emotion has developed? Because sons are always, like, love. They are filled with the love. And what happens? What they do? Sambhalile, 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 anathe, ghara ale, krupalu. So saints are always taking care of everyone. And that's what Jagat Guru Tukaram Maharaj in second stanza tried to say that, Tomi sangata se bhave. With that emotion develop with my Guru, my saints, I am telling that God and saints are not different. Even though everyone is already aware, I am trying to tell this with my emotion. Abhangacha dusra charan.
Mito sangat se bhave, 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 mito sangat se bhave,
Mito sangat ase bhave, ase thave sakala. So here, like, Jagat Guru Tukaram Maharaj in third stanza trying to say that Nirakar os disha yet ichha puratase. Right? So if you see the sequence, saints are God, they are important. I have experienced it. You might know it. If you don't know it, please experience it. And the third stanza, they are trying to say that when you are saying God is Sant or Sant is God, like, what is the benefit of it? Like, because everything is measured in the benefit. So what is the benefit of it? So, so when any soul, like, basically implanted in the womb of mother, right, it get developed for 8 to 9 months, and in the 9th month, when it is fully developed, the soul try to come out of that womb. Because Mauli has in the Madalasa Abhanga explained a lot of, like, what is the situation there. Kataval malavan mele garbhavati che purte dohale tvache vina garbhanga pole teni dukhe lole ati dukhe. I don't want to go into that part, but the situation is very difficult there, and within that, during that situation, the soul, the body, the human is trying to say that soham. He tried to say that, hey God, please save me. Please save me. He was trying to worship God, that please take me out of this situation. This is unbearable situation. And he says soham. And when the 8 months, when the 9 month completed. And when he come back, he started crying, Koham. When he start crying, we say that he is crying, but he is saying that Koham. So in the womb, you have promised me, like the person has promised, the body, the soul has promised to the God that I will chant, I will do the Soham sadhana, I will chant your mantra, I will not forget. And the moment he come out of that situation, he starts saying Koham. When did I say? I haven't never said this. I have never given you that promise. And that is where saints comes into picture. Like whatever promise we have given to the God in the mother's womb, right? They remind you. This is what you need to do. Soham. You have given promise to God. Now you have to do the sadhana. You have to do the chanting, right? And that is the main important thing. Yeta ichha puratase. So if you do that, saints will tell you, saints will teach you all these things. And if you do that, honestly, my personal experience in materialistic life as well as spiritual life, my personal experience, you will get everything. You will get everything. Be it like, in the materialistic life, everyone is running behind money, fame, right? Like so many people should be there. I should be connected. People should praise me. You will get everything. In the spirituality, liberation is ultimate. Samadhi avastha. You need to know that Kundalini Shakti, Shadchakra Bhedan, and so many other things. You will get it. Believe me. This is personal experience, you will get it. But what you should have, that bhav, that surrender, that attitude of surrender, you should have that. Et ichha puratase, whatever you will like, whatever you want, everything will be done, because they have a kartum, akartum, anyata kartum, everything, all power with them. Now in today's world, gender transplantation, these things are happening in the today's world. But Mauli has done it in the century of 12th century or 13th century. Right? He has already done that. We believe in science because it is visible. You can experience that. And in spirituality, it is very difficult. Botane kaise dakhavu tula? We have to experience. In the 13th century, that is already done. Striyecha to kela, purushu ubha. The gender transplantation has already happened. And so many things like that. Saints has given us everything in the form of Jnaneshwari, Tukaram Gatha, and they can fulfill all examples. I will give a real life example. Pakwas Pandit Mangesh Ji Maharaj, he had an issue with Parkinson disease. He was not able to move his fingers for 10 years. Right? Yeta ichha puratase. He had a trust on Mauli. He had a trust on his gurus. He had a trust on saints. And now you could see the example that he is playing. He was playing in all the saptahas happening for Trishatkotra Amrut Mahotsav with Mauli Maharaj Kadam. He was playing. So this is the example. Yeta ichha puratase. But what is required is a trust, belief, surrenderness. These things are very, very important. Your bhav, your emotions are very important. Please maintain that. Please, serve them. Please take care of that. Because if we are on that bhav, if we surrender to the saints, nothing is impossible. We'll get what we want. We don't have to, really roam around. Nirakara osadisha. If you go anywhere, like you will not. But when you go to Mauli's place, when you go to Sanjivan Samadhi, when you surrender, when you go there, you will get what you want. And that's what Jagadguru Tukaram Maharaj says in 3rd stanza.
Tukamani rokadike
Nirakar o sadisha.
Nirakar o sadisha. Nirakar o sadisha. पुरत से मैं तो इच्छा
Yeah, but there is like one important thing. If you really want that you should be always with your guru, always be there on his feet, you have to chant, you have to do the namasmaran, right? Without namasmaran, without chanting, it is also difficult. At times you are very close to your guru, but if you don't do the sadhana, if you don't do the upasana, if you don't chant, at times there will be a distance. Even though physically you are there, but mentally you are not connected, you are not connected soul to soul. So we have to do the sadhana, we have to do the chanting, we have to do the nam sadhana, and that's where in our Varkari Sampradaya, what is the chanting mantra? Vithobara Kumayo. So in the last stanza, Jagat Guru Tukaram Maharaj saying, Tuka mane rokade kene, like instant effect, right? So everyone is, in today's world, everyone is worried about death. Right? Death. And that's where all the hospitals, all the mediclaims and everything is at par. So everyone has a mediclaim, everyone is trying to secure, if there is any medical emergency, I should be near to the biggest hospital, Tata, Birla or whatever. So everybody is worried about death. Right? But if you are a guru, if you are with your saints, I'm not saying you will not die. Everyone has to die. Everyone has to go. Tukaram Maharaj ji went, Jnanavara, Samadhi Sanjeevan. Everyone has to die, whosoever take the birth on this earth. But Bhagavad says very, very important thing. Guru Khuntya Pasi Baisala. Jo Guru Khuntya Pasi Baisala, 84 जाती काय त्याला, जाने गुरु खुंटा सोडिला, तो रगडिला काळाची ये हाती. So we have to surrender to the saints, Guru, Sadguru. We have to be with them with the form of not just physically present there. And if you are there, your death, your worriness of this death and everything will go away. And that's what you see here. He just liberate me. Mazarudai Sadguru Jene Tarilaha Samsarpur. You see, very beautiful. My Guru is in my heart. Right? My Guru is in my heart. And he will liberate me. So for that, Devate Santa, we should have that experience first. Don't just run behind anything. Find out a saint, find out a Guru, and just be with him. Then you will have all. Tukamane rokade kene, sevita yene pot dhai. So you will not be hungry. Moha, Maya, these all Shadvikar, all the love, everything. So you will be completely full with the knowledge, liberation, whatever you want, they have the power to give it to you. So the ultimate thing is, first of all, we need to identify, we need to find, as Tukaram Maharaj said, Devate Santa, we have to go to that experience first. We experience that. Once we experience that, then in third stanza, Tukaram Maharaj says that, then, you don't have to move here and there, don't roam around, don't go anywhere. anywhere, your all desires will be fulfilled with your saints and God. And in last stanza says that there is an instant effect, right? There is an instant effect. You don't have to wait for, like if we are doing investment, we have to wait. Mutual fund, we have to wait for 15-20 years to get it. No, it's not like that. When you are with the saints, you will get the instant effect, instant impact, instant return. तुका म्हणे रोकडे केने, तुका म्हणे रोकडे केने, सेविता येत पोट धाय. So that is why the saints are important. This is my favorite. I should not say topic and subject. This word really do not demonstrate the vastness or of this all saints and concepts. My favorite topic though, saints, because my life, I am here, whatever I have done or whatever I am doing is just because of the blessing of the saints, and that is what I wanted to pass it on to you as a message, that be there with your Guru, have someone's blessings in life. You will not, you don't have to go anywhere. Everything you will get as per your desire, and that's what Jagat Guru Tukaram Maharaj trying to say in the last stanza.
तुका म्हणे रोकडी केने, तुका म्हणे रोकडी केने,
तुका म्हणे रोकडी केने, तुका म्हणे रोकडी केने.
देवितायने पोट धाये, देवितायने पोट धाये, देविता सेवितायने सेवितायने पोट धाये, सेवितायने पोट धाये. तो सागर भावी, तो सागर भावी.
देवते संत निमित्त त्या प्रतिमा. So with the stipulated time of 1 hour, we were able to contemplate the abhangas. But as I said, language is not everything, experience is everything. One should have experience, and we should strive for that experience, and just that's the reason I try to keep it very simple. Even though English, you guys also know a lot of English, okay? Agar fast chalna, fast is English. Are काय fad चालले mobile च, it's English. So it's not that someone knows English that means he is really great. No, we also everyone knows English in the general language and all this thing. English, it is just the medium to share the thoughts, but it's not the ultimate. What is ultimate is a nama sadhana and the experience, expression, and emotion. That is the ultimate thing. With this, I bow my head to all the saints, Anish Maharaj, may I say, I can say that Guru Bandhu, because he is also walking on the same path. Mangeshji Maharaj, our Guru Bandhu, the small, Pandit Mukund, my name and his name is same. And all the, Varkari, everyone here and all listeners, I bow my head to my Guru, to everyone, and Gete Maharajji and Mauli and Tukaram Maharaj and all the saints, and I just take a leave. Jnaneshwara Mauli,
Jnaneshwara Mauli, Jai Jai Jnaneshwara Mauli, Jai Jai Vithala, Jai Jai Vithala. Holy Tobar Kumai.